Hello, everybody. It's Patricia from Atomic Monsters. Melanie and I, we just got back from a big yard sale trip. We went out into the Essex area and all the way to Leamington. For those who are outside of our area, we're in Windsor, Ontario, and our usual yard sale direction is in that area. But last year, all of our favorite antique malls and barns closed up. So we've been doing some Chatham the other direction, more towards London. But this year we went back to the Essex area in Leamington today. Did you just bring me a beer? My wife just brought me a beer. What kind of beer?
Muskoka Cream Ale.
You got me a Muskoka Cream Ale?
Yeah.
My wife is amazing. In the middle of starting my video, surprised me with a beer. Final stop on the way home. Best beer in Canada. Final stop on the way home. Stopped at Walmart. Needed some foods. And she surprised me with a beer. Anyways, I thought I'd go through some of the cool things we found. And, oh, there's the Freya. I thought I'd go over the stuff that we found today. Picked up a couple VHSs right off the bat for dirt cheap. They have them listed for $5 each. I offered 5 for both because they don't know if they work, and I actually could use the extra VHSs. Even if they don't work, I could use the parts, or maybe we fix them. But I need them, one for copying, because I'm currently down to one. I've got my TV. Let's see. Over there. My store is currently all storage at the moment and not a store. So I've got one TV with the player in it that I usually use. I'm going to fix the zoom on this. And then I have another player in the house. But I need another 2 in the house so I can do some copying, and been needing one to turn into a dedicated cleaning unit. Bye bye, Freya. You want to speak? Freya, come here. Say hi. Speak. You don't want to speak? Come here. Are you just going to go hunting for stuff? Okay. That bag there by the peppers is yours.
Okay.
Including dope tape.
Okay.
Or disc. Yeah. So I thought I'd go through everything, give you guys a sneak peek before I mount this. That's part of my toes. I got this sweet Metallica plush fleece top. I'm not sure the size. Actually, I take that we're going to Chapter 2 Brewery Record Show. That's every month. We're going to be a vendor there. I'll be bringing that. That's a good beer. Let's go through the piles. I don't usually buy stick bots. There are some that are worth a good chunk of cash, but it's hard to tell often. They're not an area I'm super knowledgeable about, because I don't have people asking me for stick bots and I don't have too much personal interest in them. But Melanie spotted the entire pile for $5, and I was like, even if they're all just commons and stuff, I can put them in my $3 bins. What is nice 5? We got Domino Rally. Let me know down below if you'd like me to put this together and tape it and do a review of it, because that is something that could happen. These are Mattel putt-putt sets. Now this sale, we actually saw this guy before, beginning of the year, and we had a really good time. Got picked up a whole bunch of comics, records, a complete in box G.I. Joe Devilfish. These were here there last time, and this time he offered them to me for half what he'd offered them to me the previous time. I was like, you know what, I'll pick them up this time. I didn't have the cash to buy everything last time, so I passed on them, and also because I know putt-putt tends to sit. All the tracks, it's excellent shape. These little vehicles.
Hello.
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 Pretty good.
Good.
You're on, say hello to YouTube.
Sorry?
Say hello to YouTube.
Very good. Hello.
We got two sets here. Can't. $1973. I think I need a longer stand. This one's pretty sealed. I'm going to leave it like that. All sorts of DVDs. It's actually a pretty good haul on DVDs, and also some really decent tapes today, VHS. Don't think Mel has that one. Mel's a big Stephen King fan. I have to go through her DVD collection to see which ones she has. We also picked up on tape this copy of Thinner, and she can't remember if she has Thinner on tape, but I think we picked it up for her last year. Also, see if she likes these versions better than her versions, even if they are doubles. Actually, Evil Dead, the first one, not this version, was the first DVD I ever bought, and it was the version with that came inside the Necronomicon, so it had a rubber case that was modeled to look like Necronomicon. That's a cool cover. This is the Eternal Present. I have to watch that one before we sell it. Another copy of Silent Hill. Actually, Mel wants to watch that one too, so I'll set that aside. Abraxas. That's a classic terrible movie. Put that with the other nightmares. It's actually one of my favorites. Mel and I quote this one all the time, particularly pancakes. Pancakes! No pancakes! Mel loves pancakes, so it comes up a lot. Leprechaun, I had it on VHS, was Mel and I's first date movie. It wasn't planned to be our date, but we went and met up at a Tim Hortons and then went for a walk and talked for like a couple hours and just wound up back at my place watching Leprechaun because we're both huge horror freaks. There's 1, 2, and 3 there, and a copy of 4. In Space. We already have a copy of Leprechaun 1 on a single DVD, so I don't need a triple copy. It's interesting because this comes from a different. These are a set, but this is a different because it's you see it's the old style box, and it's like design wise the same set. That's interesting. Got 2 copies of 5 here. This is a Doctor Who animated. I believe it was web released. I can't remember. Sorry for the background noise. This person had so many copies of and different versions of Friday the 13th. Other doubles too, but I picked up a bunch of blanks. These are sealed. I was very glad to pick these up. We picked up, I think last year, in October maybe. A friend of mine brought in totes upon totes of recorded off the TV shows and movies and stuff. Their brother who passed was a collector and a media connoisseur, and on a bunch of them were copies of the Ghoul, who's we're across the river from Detroit, and he had a show similar to Elvira, and he had a couple episodes where the Ghoul would showcase cheesy old horror movies. Think Mystery Science Theater, if you're not familiar with the others, except for instead of shit talking them and riff tracking them while watching them, you just bookend them with a really charismatic character, usually dressed all spooky. But he's a local icon, and I wanted to make copies of all of those onto single, and then give copies to friends. And I've been looking for blanks, and I haven't been able to find them for a reasonable price for a while. This was a score. Actually, one of the horror podcasts that my wife follows and we were listening to together was literally talking about Next Generation. I think it was yesterday. So it's like very timely. I love when things are timely like that. I love this movie. This is one of those songs that's just kind of stuck in my brain forever. It was on one of the Much Music, Much Dance compilations where they are mixed, like they're mixed by a DJ, so one track leads into the other. And this would play right before 2 Unlimited's Twilight Zone. And it's so catchy and fun that it's just always perpetually stuck in my head. And I saw this and I had to buy it. Sorry for the toes again. This also came from the same yard sales of VHS and Betty Boo. Can't walk away from a Transformers comic at a reasonable price. I was actually really excited to see this guy. And I hunted and hunted throughout everywhere I could. This is actually from the Deer Run Lane Antique Mall in Leamington. This is T-Bob from Mask. And I kept hunting and hunting after I found him to see if I could find Scott Trekker, because they're supposed to come together. Little boy. Got the bendy arms. Now he's not like Mask. He has a gimmick where he turns into, I think he was backwards, little cart. And Scott stands on it and rides it like a scooter. Though he looks more like an actual scooter in the show. So cute. Hard to find him. Strawberry shortcake glass or mug. And the last item, I believe. Yep. And I saw these, and seeing that they were complete in box and in really good shape, I had to buy them. These are old kids roller skates, Jack and Jill. They're reasonably well known. They're so cool. I was actually pleasantly surprised. The Antique Mall in Deer Run Lane used to be pretty quiet, and they've just exploded this year. They got advertised in one of our local sightseeing papers, and then they finally joined the internet and made a Facebook group for themselves. They're kind of, you wouldn't even know they're there, because they're off the road, and also the city keeps destroying their signage, so they can't put up sign on the road, because the city of Leamington kind of sucks. So rather than giving them a warning, they just destroy all their signs. And they were doing so much better now this year than they have been for like out the 5 years I've been going there. Always a great place. I always enjoy going there. I love the people there, and now they're so. We've never seen them busy. They were busy when we went there. It was so much like more well organized. I actually walked in the middle of the sale, so like I got these 30% off. They were in the same booth as T-Bob, which is actually one of my favorite booths. And the strawberry shortcake mug. That's it. Pretty awesome day, especially ending it with a nice beer. I got to go inside and make some dinner really quick, because we got to go out to see some friends, do some performance, some poetry. I believe it's poetry tonight. They do both poetry and music, so I'm not 100% sure. But leave a like and a subscribe, and comment down below anything here that stands out to you or brings up memories. I'd love to hear it. I'll see you guys next time.